I have some big news and a few announcements to make. But before I get to that, I just want to take a moment to thank everyone who reached out. What will be yesterday when you see this, but today was my birthday, and I got a lot of messages, text messages, comments, stuff on social media. So I want to thank everyone who reached out, took the time to wish me a happy birthday. Greatly appreciate it. Had the day off from work today for my birthday. Started out this morning getting my oil changed and then in my truck. And then came back here to the wood yard and got a little time with the Kinlet 200, which I'll show you in a second. But the big announcement I wanted to make that kind of pertains to the Kinlet 200, the Fuelwood Kinlet 200 over here. The big announcement is that tomorrow night on the Back 40 Friday night live stream, number one, we're going to be starting an hour early. So the live stream tomorrow night, instead of starting at 8 Central, we'll be starting at 7 Central. The reason for this is because we are having a special guest join us all the way from the UK. Archie from Oak Farm Firewood is going to tune in and join us on the live stream tomorrow night to talk about, I don't know, whatever we want to talk about. To talk about the Kinlet, to talk about the European model of firewood compared to the US model of firewood, and just, you know, chit chat and answer some of your questions if you have them. If you haven't checked out Oak Farm Firewood, head on over there right now and check him out. He's got quite the operation over there in the UK, and he had I think at one time he had a Kinlet Pro, and now he's got a couple machines from Fuelwood. So we're going to be chatting with him on the live stream tomorrow night. Again, it's going to be like 1 in the morning for him when he tunes in. So we are starting an hour early. That is the one big announcement I wanted to make. So for everyone that's used to Friday Night Live tuning in at 8 p.m. Central, an hour earlier tomorrow night, which should be good for some of you on the East Coast, because I know a lot of you on the East Coast, 8 Central is 9 Eastern, so it's a little later for you. So now it'll be 8 Eastern that we will be starting. The other big announcement I wanted to make is that I just got back from the heat treatment process. Let me show you what just came in today. Mini maple firewood. Check some of this stuff out. Look at this. That is just looking great. Whoa, I'm spilling it all over. It looks so good. So anyway, I now have the option online to order just straight maple. Before, I only offered maple with the mix. So if you got a box, you could select, my options before were oak, cherry, and then a mix. And the mix was oak, cherry, and maple. Now you can select maple as well. So you can just get straight maple mini firewood. Available right now, back40minifirewood.com, or link down in the description. You can get there. But you can still get the mix if you want, but now you have the option to just get straight maple. So I'm pretty excited to offer that. I had mentioned it a while back, and some people said, yeah, you know, just offer straight maple. We'll see what happens, because maple is one of my favorite firewoods to burn. I think it's great. It gives off a great flame, and now it's an option for the mini firewood. So the other thing I did today on my day off is I dug a little bit more wood out from underneath this shelter, and then I kind of pushed this shelter over, so now they overlap. I did get a little nervous because when I was down in there, I thought I could smell a hint of skunk. And so I don't know if something is living down under these pallets or not. But anyway, I filled up 2 more totes. So now I have 6 totes that are ready to go when I start up the boiler, which I think is going to probably be this end of this week or this weekend. But I was actually surprised at how much wood is down in here and how much wood I can fit over here, because I'm thinking there is another probably 3 to 4 at least totes still over here that's seasoned, you know, from a year and a half ago or so. So I don't think I'm going to have to dip in to that stuff this year because I have the woodshed full, and now I have 6 totes. And I'll show you over here that are all ready to go. And my plan, if you missed the last video, my plan is to start burning these first when I fire up the boiler. I've got a little wood in the woodshed loose, but I want to start burning this wood first. Last year in the dead of winter, a tote would last me on average maybe about a week. So I'm thinking early in the burning season, I'm hoping to be able to get like, I don't know, maybe close to a month and a half, 2 months out of this. Probably 2 months. So if I can get 2 months worth of burning out of these 6 totes right here, that'll put me about into December. And then at that point, I can decide whether or not I want to continue taking off this pile over here, or if I want to start burning up what's in the woodshed. Yeah, there's a good amount of wood in here. I didn't know how much would be in here, but so far I've pulled out 6 totes worth, and like I mentioned, I think there's at least 4 more down in there. Now the other thing I did on my day off today is I had a bunch of the oak chunks left that I wanted to run through the Kindlet 200, and so I wanted to see what it was like to kind of try to keep this thing fed on the in-feed side, and then also try to keep up with it on the out-feed, getting the wood, separated out. I did line an IBC tote with some wire so that the splits wouldn't fall through, and I decided that because it was just, this thing can split wood so fast, it's almost a 2-person, almost a 3-person operation, because on the end here I was sorting out the bark and the slash, the little pieces, and I was putting just the clean pieces into the tote, and it was a bit of a challenge. So I would put halves, put chunks in the one end, come down, sort some out, load some more up. I would then shut the machine down, get caught up, and just kind of repeat that process over and over and over. The other thing was, I didn't keep track, but just off of the time that I started to the time that I ended, and knowing like how many times I shut down, I would say that the total run time today was probably only 30 minutes, like continuous, like run time, actual run time. The other time, sorting, loading while the tractor was shut down, I didn't take that into account. But yeah, it was probably only about 30 minutes. And this is what I ended up splitting. Right there. That IBC tote was completely empty, and now it is close to half full of nothing but mini oak firewood splits. And again, I just knew that I wasn't going to have enough room, if I filled up that table up there, if I filled up this bench over here, if I cleaned this stuff out, I was just running low on room. And so I thought, well, I will just, since oak does take the longest to season and dry down, because some of these bigger pieces that were in the center of the chunks are still in the upper 20s and even close to 30% moisture. So I figured I would just get an IBC tote in here and put all of those mini splits in there. And I'm going to keep adding to this if I get some more oak. The only challenge will be, like let's say I wait another week or 2 before I split some more oak and then I dump that on the top. The challenge will be that then the most seasoned will be down on the bottom. But I think I have an idea on how I can get that out. So we'll deal with that when the time comes. So just a quick little video here today giving you some updates and making that big announcement about tomorrow night, Friday Night Live, the live stream starting 1 hour early. And actually, now that I think of it, the following week in Cambridge, Ohio at the Paul Bunyan Show, we will also be starting an hour early at 7 Central. So tomorrow night, 7 Central, Friday Night Live with special guest Archie from Oak Farm Firewood over in the UK. And then 2 weeks from tomorrow night, or a week from tomorrow night, down in Cambridge, Ohio, we will also be starting at 7 Central. The other big announcement, Mini Firewood is now available straight maple. You can get a box of maple, no more, just maple in the mix. Straight maple, Back 40 Firewood, or back40minifirewood.com if you are interested. So all right, that is gonna do it. I'm gonna get ready to go in and blow out some candles on the cake and just take the rest of the day to relax a little bit. So again, 7 p.m. tomorrow night, Back 40 Friday Night Live, starting an hour early. Special guest all the way from the UK, Oak Farm Firewood. Archie will be here to talk about UK firewood and his operation and how he does things over there in the UK. So hope to see you guys there tuning in. Thanks for watching. And again, thanks everyone for the birthday wishes. Greatly appreciate it. Stay safe, have fun, and be cool.